Hi guys, it's Kelly Snow. Say I'm in the kitchen today and I'm doing a bunch of papers here, so I want to show you guys what I'm doing. Okay, so a lot of you know that I'm a fanatic about roses. And so I made my own rose water here. I don't do videos on that, but anyways, so I have a bunch of different variety, and these were I don't know, I think they're just like red. Why they're kind of like wild, I don't know. And anyway, so I've been saving this in a jar for just such an occasion. So here it is. And I finally found a piece of this textured wallpaper that we watched the Bohemian girl on YouTube. What's her name? You guys know who I'm talking about, right? She's so dang cute. Oh my god. Okay, so I've been waiting and waiting to find the right kind of wallpaper, and I found it. So this is from England. I got it at an estate sale, and the lady was so funny. And anyway, so it's not coated though. I was worried about it, and so my wet paper soaks through, but it's okay because I've been trying it out, and so I have a bunch of different things I'm going to show you. And I have coffee stuff I'm going to show you too because I got a lot going on. Because I need to do some paper, right? Okay, so I don't know exactly how this turned out, but first I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you how to do it. Okay. So there's my pan of goop. But anyways, I hope these are dry. I really don't know if they are or not. I think they are. I hope they are. Oh yeah, these ones are dry. So I dipped the paper in my rose water, and then I rolled it up in the wallpaper, and then I baked it in the oven. Now I don't know, this is rose water, and I mean it did cool stuff to it, but I'm gonna try it with coffee to see if we can get a better. Ooh, but look at the inside of that. That's gonna be fun to use, right? So I'm gonna try it with coffee next to see if we get more of a. Oh, this might be a little bit wet still. Just a little bit. But we're trying it. It's fun anyways, right? This one's kind of dry. And her wallpaper, like I said, had some kind of coating on it so that it didn't soak through. So I might have to, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I could put Mod Podge on here. Hi, Kelly. I could put Mod Podge on here maybe and get it all so it doesn't soak through, right? Maybe. Try that. I got a whole big roll of this so we can experiment, you know what I mean? But the papers look cool. I mean, you can't really tell on that one that good. But a couple of these look neat. This one looks neat. I like all the swirls on it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I like it. So I'm going to put this back in the oven. And then I'm going to get my coffee. And we're going to try it with coffee and see what it looks like with coffee. I got some super grungy coffee. And I'm making more right now. Because but I need to add to this because it's really grungy, which is okay. All right. I'm going to put this in the oven and see if we can't get it drier. And then I have stuff to pull out of the oven too to show you that I already have in here. We'll see how this all works out. Ah. And I have the dots. Everybody knows about the dots. But I found this pan that I really like. I'll show you the difference in the pan. See, now I just dunk this and lay it on my barbecue sheet. See all the dots? Now I'm using 24 pound. This one's still a little bit wet. I'm going to put it back in. But you get the idea. And you see the pan I'm using. This was just laying on the ground at a garage sale. The guy gave it to me for free. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Otherwise, you get these kind at Walmart, right? You can get these kind at Walmart. They're in the barbecue section, and I use these, or I use this from the grill, and you get these kind of dots, right? Okay, so let me get my other stuff. I've not showed you guys this before. It turns out really cool. It's these great pans, right? These you get at Walmart too, you guys. They're for grilling like fish and vegetables and stuff, see? And I love, you know, the effect that it gives you. So I'm going to pull those out of the oven. So let me pull that out. And we'll see what we can do here with this wallpaper. We'll see. Well, I only have my oven on 300. Usually I have it on 350. But you see what I'm getting? And it's not quite dry yet, so I'm going to put it back in. But look how awesome that looks. Right? I love the grates, don't you guys? So get some grates. They're like 3 for, I don't know how much they are. Kind of expensive a little bit, but if you just use them for coffee, then who cares? And then I'll pull this out. I'm doing orders, for paper. And I have some extra grungy coming up here. Some extra grunge, look at that stuff. But I don't know, see. So I'm going to show you what I do. But, all this live stuff, it's all about timing, right? And this stuff is just not quite dry, but you're getting the idea. See how it looks? And I'm going to show you how to do that too, but it's not dry yet, so I have to put it back in. Okay, and I'll show you how to do it because my friend Kelly said to me yesterday, trying to do paper and I can't get it to look like yours. She's all mad about it, right? So I'm like, okay. Well, I already have a video on this, but I don't know. It's always fun to get an updated version. Maybe I'm doing something different that I didn't show you before, you know what I mean? I'm taking the bottom ones from underneath that are dry, I think, you know what I'm saying? And pulling these ones off. Because they're pretty much dry. Look at that. Ooh, I love it. I'm going to show you how to do it in a minute. But, this all takes some preparation. So I really don't care, but did I tell you guys I got that nasty message from that lady yesterday? You take way too long and drag everything way too far. I'm like, yeah, I'm not in any hurry. You can just scroll ahead if you're sick of me. Okay, I'm going to put this back in. Sometimes it doesn't work out like I really thought, it would be dry, but it's not quite dry. So I'll put it back in and I will get the other stuff out. And meanwhile, I will show you how to dip and bake, even though there's controversy. It's very controversial, right? It's a very controversial topic, apparently. People get all upset about it, you know. And they really don't have to. Okay. So this is what I do. I just take the oven grate right out of my oven and put my parchment paper on there, and you know, I get going. I don't fuss around with anything. I ain't trying to be cute. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get it done. And I think the more you fuss with it, the more, you know, the more it doesn't like look good. Because, you know. Okay, so I have just a cake pan over here full of coffee and this. But I'm not very organized, so let me get my paper. And I'm going to do some doilies because I keep getting asked how to do the doilies. Now I know most of you know how to do this, but it's just fun. And, you know, we got a lot of new people in our group and stuff. And so it's just nice to be able to show you how to do it. Now I'm just making sure I can see. Hi you guys. You know, I can't see the feed when I'm doing this, so I can't see anything y'all are saying right at the moment. You know what I mean? So look. So this is the part right here where, can you see what I'm doing? Let me see if I can see. Okay, so after I dip, I let it sit here, right? Like this, and just hang over and drip. But if you want super grunge, don't let it drip very long. That's the whole deal. I don't care if people say they soak it for hours and they go through all this rigmarole and, you know, then they lay it out in the sun and they, you know, go through all this hippy dippy stuff. Look, if you want grunge, just don't let it drip very long. I'm telling you, okay? There ain't no secret. Just do it. You know? I don't care if you know, what you do. You're not going to get grunge if you fuss and fuss and fuss. Just get it wet and leave it wet. And the wetter it is, the more grunge you're going to get. If you let it drip too long, well then you're going to get lighter shades. But I happen to be doing some super grunge. And that's just how I like it. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I just dip, and that's all. That's it. It's not a big secret. And I've showed you guys this before. But sometimes your videos get lost in the feed. You know what I mean? So see, I'm not doing anything. I just lay it out there like that. Now, for the second layer. Look, I've laid 30 sheets out here before. I've counted, believe me. Let me get this a little bit wetter. We'll do another layer. Okay. And what happens is you get this cool overlapping of the pages. You get the grunge from the coffee that pools up and settles. The pooling. That's how I get all them seepage marks, you know, like all the, I can't explain it, but I'll show you when it dries. You're not going to get any good marks if it's too dry. And I don't know how people always say they let paper soak. If you let paper soak, it disintegrates. So I don't know what kind of paper they're using. But I've let paper soak before, you know, and it just disintegrates. So I don't get it. But I'm using 24-pound paper, and, you know, I don't care if it smells like coffee when I'm done and all the BS everybody talks about all the time. It doesn't smell like coffee when you're done and it's been sitting around. You know, I put mine in a box and I clip them, you know, in 10s all together for the shop. And it's in my house and in the air. And, you know, by the time you get it, I mean, it doesn't smell. I mean, if it's packed in the envelope, you know, maybe it might have a smell. Okay, now here's a trick. I'm going to show you something. Let me get something. I don't happen to have my spray bottle right here because I ain't using it right now. But so dollar store coffee crystals. Okay. You could do this with just plain water. You don't even have to have coffee if you don't drink coffee, but you want to go get one of these. Watch. You could put this on plain white paper now. I just sprinkle it around. Look at there. That's all I do. I just sprinkle it on. Oh, this is going to be really grungy because it's going to be super wet. And now, sometimes you can take the spray bottle if you get it too thick and spray on some spots right here, whatever. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to just dip my paper and lay it right on top. Because my paper is already really wet. Look at how it pools up right here. So I'm going to show you something with that too. So now I just make sure it's patted down. And that coffee right there is going to come right through. It's going to look so good. I'm telling you. I don't know if you're going to sit here and wait till all this dries, but I'm just saying. I'll try not to get it too thick so we can see some of the dried pieces, but I really do need to get it done at the same time, you know what I mean? So I need one more, and then I'll do some doilies, and then I'll throw it in the oven. And hopefully the other stuff will be dry. If it's not, well then, I guess we stand here like retards. You know what I mean? Okay. So any kind of impression you want to put on this, you put wet on wet. So I'm going to use these extra large doilies you get in those packs. They're too big for my journals. I don't know what to do with them. Whatever. So I just use them for this, and then I throw them out. So I dip them. Same thing. And you just lay them on the wet paper. And just make sure it's down, you know. Just go like that. See, I can fit 2 on there. Because I got a lot of sheets here. So we'll get a doily impression. Which is always pretty. I wonder if I cut some of that wallpaper off, right? And just cut it in a manageable sheet and dip it and lay it over. Wonder if that would work, huh? We could try it. Look, I'm going to lay dry pieces on too, because it'll soak up. See, it'll soak up some of the edges, right? This is how I do it. And then these pages, sometimes, now I dip and lay it right on here, and you know, it's a wet, soggy page on top of a dry one, and it turns out just fine. But, oh, shoot, I got the doily. I forgot. What am I doing here? Dang it. You need a wet on wet. But I think it'll still work. Oh, well. I got carried away. I got too many things I want to show you. Too many things. That's okay. We can put dry on it. You can't really make a mistake. It's not a big deal. I'll just lay wet ones on there. But I'm trying to make a thin layer so this dries fast, but I got too many things to show you, so hopefully the other ones will be dry so we can see them. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna layer the wet ones right on top of the dry ones. And sometimes the dry ones are nice, you know, because if you don't get coffee all over it, those are the ones that I take out and I add color to. Those are the ones in one of my videos. It's called the second dunking. I take these dry papers and then I add color to them on the white spots. You know, I spray or I dip or I paint it on watercolor or something so I have coffee and a color. Like pink looks really good with coffee, you know. But it just depends how you want to do it. Now, okay, I got wet, wet, wet. Now I want to try one thing. I want to cut a piece of this off. I think we should try it and dip it and lay it on here and see what it does, and then I'll put it in the oven. But I got a mess here, so you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting a hunk off. Unless maybe you can see what I'm doing, I really don't know. But I'm sorry if you can't, because I just don't have a big enough counter. I think this is a manageable piece. It's a little bit too wide, so I'm going to cut some off. Make it a little skinnier. And then I think I'm going to put it right in the oven and see. Okay, this is working out. It's rolling. It's rolling. Dang it. And I got my kindergartner scissors out here. Wait, babe. Okay. I think this might be cool, but it's going to soak up a lot of my coffee, but oh well, we'll try it. I'm going to just dump it right in and see. I can't get it too wet, though, because I will lose the embossing, you know, because it's embossed. And the Bohemian, is her name Anne? She just used a spray bottle, but I don't have mine available right now. Okay, so look, we'll just do this. Get it kind of wet. We'll just experiment. I got a whole roll. You know what I mean? And I'll just get this part wet. Did you see me? I just dunked my hand right in there. Good enough, right? Get it all wet right here. And then I will lay some paper on top, and we'll see if we get the impression on both sides, eh? We'll see what happens. I don't know. So now, if you want to make an impression with, you've seen me use change, money, you know, keys, anything metal. You throw it in on a cookie sheet, and you put your pages over the top. And you're going to end up with quarters and pennies and dimes on your pages. It looks really cool. Anything metal, any of the keys, washers, you know, any of that stuff you can throw in. It looks good. So just walk around your house, get some stuff, throw it on. You know, it's fun. We'll try this now, and I'll throw this in the oven and we'll see. And then I'll look at the feed here and talk and see who's here, okay? And we'll see what's going on. Cool. Okay. All right, we're going to see how this works. I bet you it's going to be good, eh? Hi, guys. Who's here? Say hi again. I missed everything. We'll see how this works. Let me go to my enemy. Say hi. I didn't see who was here. Okay, this is going in. This is going in. And see how it's pooling here? That's where I get all my... Hi, Carla. See all those pools? That's where you get all the nice marks from. If you leave it too dry and you're too worried about every little thing, then you're going to get a nice even sheet of coffee, you know, of coffee, but you won't get any of the grunge. You see what I mean? Okay, so let me put this in the oven and I'll take the other stuff out, okay? And we'll just hope that it's all dry. It is. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so now you can see all these marks right here is from all the pooling, right? Or I wouldn't have had any of that. See how the edges get those little seepage marks? That's from all the pooling, right? Hi, Kelly. Hi, Donna. I know, right? So look, this is just from wet paper. You know, I just leave it really wet. And then you get the lines from the other paper, you know, being stacked on top of it. You know, and then the other side's nice and, I mean, it's not so dark. You know what I mean? But the flip side is real dark. So you could use this both ways. You know, I think it's cool. And this one's real dark on this side, but it's lighter on this side. You know, this is what everybody's used to getting in the, you know, this kind. You know what I mean? But I like this. Super grunge. Super grunge. And you don't get this from a spray bottle, let me tell you. I see all the girls on there saying, oh, I never dip and bake my paper. You know, whatever. I lay it out in the sun and let it dry. The free air. It's a bunch of BS. My parents were hippies. You can't get any more green than that. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. You know what I mean? I'm being serious. Serious as a judge. You know what I mean? I have to do hundreds of papers at once. I'm not trying to be all fairy-like. You know what I mean? I'm trying, I'm trying to get the maximum effect with the least amount of work. You get it? That's funny. So some of these are still wet because see, 300 in your oven with 24-pound paper, it takes forever to dry. You know, so you really don't have to worry as long as you're in the kitchen. Like, there's still some wet ones. You know, the bottom ones are dry, and that's what I do. I just keep going in, taking out all the bottom pieces that are dry, and then I just put it back in. And you know, it is I mean, you have to be out here and watch it, but you don't have to, you know, I don't think you really have to worry about burning the house down. All right, so these are still wet, but I'm gonna just, they look good, so you know, whatever. So I'm gonna just move these over here. And then I was gonna do some dots too. But I think you guys get the idea, right? And the other stuff isn't gonna be dry, you know, for 10 minutes or something, so I can always come back and show you in another video or in my group how that wallpaper turned out with the coffee, y'all, because I just put it in, so it isn't going to be ready, you know. So the only other one is this one, and I think it's still, let me see. This one I put back in the oven for a minute. Ooh, that looks so good though. Let's see if we get, oh yeah, this is pretty paper. I like my rose paper. It's got a little rosy tint to it, and it does have the swirls here from the wallpaper. Oh, you can see it. The little swirls, but I bet you we'll get, I bet you will get a better print from the coffee, because the rose water, it does good with the dots, but other than the dots, it doesn't really show up because it just turns brown, you know, when you put heat on it. But it does look cool on the paper, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to use some of this paper for my journals now. We'll see. I don't know, it kind of looks cool. You can see some of the swirls. I'll have to put it in the oven and let it dry and see how it works out. But anyway, let me see if this other one's in the oven. Otherwise, we can go. Ooh, I think it's going to work out. Ooh, I think it's going to work out. Ooh. Maybe we just hang out here for 2 seconds and I'll just talk to you guys for a minute because it's looking really good. Oh my God. I don't want you to miss it because it looks really good, that stuff with the coffee on it, better than this rose paper. So we'll see. Because it's right on the top, so it's almost dry already. These are still a little wet. I'm going to put these back in. And I think these are going to be dry enough to show you. Because they worked really good. And my grate paper is dry too now. This stuff's all dry now. Did you guys see this? The grates? It works really good. They're stuck together right now, but they're all dry now. Oh yeah, I love the metal. The metal looking paper is really cool. Bye, Carla. Okay. We'll see. I'm bringing it out. Oh, here's one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the coffee makes it look a lot better with the wallpaper. Here it is. I kind of like it. The other ones are better, but they're in the oven still. You see what I mean? You see all the swirls from the wallpaper? It's pretty cool. Let me see if I got another dry one yet to show you, but God, they're still wet. Nope, they're still wet. Ooh, this one looks good though. Ooh, this one looks good. Look at the swirls on that one. Ooh, yeah, that's from that wallpaper. I'm loving this. This looks really good. See, with the coffee, it shows up a lot better. See the back? Yeah, I like it with the coffee, I think. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.